Okay, in this one I'm going to do just basic stenciling, nothing fancy. Just fill in and do what I want. School colors that are still there now and when I went to school were purple and gold. And I decided I wanted purple and gold. So this will remain gold. This will be purple. The pants will be purple. The shirt will be gold. This part this part here will be gold. And then this will be purple. And this will be gold. And then I think that'll be purple. I think that's how I want to do it. So what I want to do right now is, well, that doesn't matter. There was something I didn't want. The black can go over it. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. So I need to do the nose. That's in pink, so I don't want to have anything getting in there. I had that happen before. It was not easy to correct. So I'd rather just go ahead and cover it up. Here we go. So I have to be careful where I put. I'm going to follow the gold all the way. That's fine. If I put purple, the black will cover the purple, so I'm okay with that. All right, let's just see what happens. Now this paint is very wet. So but I'm just going to do that. I think this will be cute. Something different. I really love how the other one turned out. And with the gold and the green, it turned out really super cute. But I want one for myself, and I thought, yeah, purple and gold. That's something. I love purple. That's my favorite. Purple and teal. Those are my favorite colors. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing the purple. I think I want this purple, even though it's gold. On here, I'm going to do that purple. And then I'm going to go up into this part as purple. Boy, is this ever thin. Right. Okay, so this is purple. Then the next one would be gold. And then this one would come this way, I think is. What would that one look like? Oh, I see how I did that one. So I think I'm going to do gold, purple, coming off of this, and then this will be gold. Or maybe I should just do that whole section there in purple. Maybe I'll do it that way. And then I'll just do the... I mean, it doesn't really matter. This is just for me. I'm not doing it for anyone in particular, just me. I'm the particular one. Okay. I like it already. I'm already happy with it. So that's all there is to it. Okay, so sorry about that. I got my thing stuck. Okay, so the next one will be gold, and it has a smaller area to do. So I'm going to do a very small brush. This one's quite a bit smaller. So I'm going to do the gold. This is quite a bit thicker. Let's give it a teeny bit. Teeny bit of water, just loosen it up a little bit. This paint that I have, these basics, are old. I can't even tell you how old. Most of these I got at Frank's Nursery. We haven't had a Frank's Nursery in eons. All right, let me go ahead and do this part. And then once it's on here, then I can make a decision how else I want to go about this. This probably would have been better to do the swirl technique into it. But again, it's for me. I really don't mind just pouncing. It's kind of relaxing. And I really believe there's no mistakes when you do stuff. There's really no mistakes. It's your personal preference and, the energy you put into it. It's all about you. Just do whatever your little old heart desires. Okay, I do like that, and I need to figure out which one do I want to do. Let me look back at this one. The darker one was here. I changed it up because this has to be painted here. So this one will be gold. This one will not. That's where I get messed up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do some gold in here because then I know that this whole piece will be gold. Okay, so that will be gold. This will be purple. This will be gold. That's how I'm going to do it. All right. On the fly, people, on the fly. You can make all the plans you want, but I like to just look at it and make a decision, and if it doesn't work out, oh well. It's just paint. It's just paint. I'm going to go ahead and thicken that up just a little bit. Because what I'm going to do once this is off, when I peel this back off, I'm going to connect this area in gold and connect that area to this area in purple, you know, just as finishing touches. So it really, to me, it's just a guide. I don't want 3 colors other than the black. The black is not an issue. So it's a non-issue. This part here will be gold. So I'm going to leave that because I have to hand paint that. Okay, I think this works. Now I need to do the black, but I think I'm going to wait and just do the trees. I think I'm going to do the trees first. So I'll put that up there. Then I can do the trees, and then I can pull it off once I do the black. I think that's the plan. That's the plan. So I need the green. All right, this is an old plate, styrofoam plate that I had. It's got white paint dried on it. So, well, hello, that was stupid. Okay, I do like this. I don't think I really need any white. I don't know. Let's see. This is such a pretty stencil, the trees. I would love to just have a stencil that just has the trees. Like just a foresty look. But I haven't seen any just like what I have in my mind. I could probably make one on my scan and cut. I'll have to think about that. I haven't used my scan and cut in so long I forgot how to use it. That's usually what happens. And they've had so many updates since I last used it, and I haven't updated because I changed computers, and you know, I just haven't been able to do any of that. So I'll get to it. I will get to all that at some point. Once my house is in order and all of that kind of stuff, where I just have plenty of free time. Believe me, when you're retired, even if you don't go anywhere, and you never have free time, there's always something to do. There's always something to do. Don't let anybody tell you that being retired is the golden years. The only way it is if you've retired with a golden parachute, let me tell you. Most of us don't. No matter how much money you save, it's never enough. But you just keep going forward. You just keep moving forward. That's what you do. Okay, that's not working so well this time. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead over it a little bit. Give it a little bit more. Yeah, I'll get some of that in there. Yeah, I put way too much paint. Get that off of there, and then I'll swirl it. Okay, so I did that much. Put this in the water. And then I need to conquer this. Where is my black? Here's my black. I'll put my black in this one. I don't really like using styrofoam. It's not really good for the planet. But there's so much of it out there, I don't think the little bit that I use would be a problem. I just don't like it. Never did like it. I won't eat off of it. Alright, let's just get those shoes done. See if I can do that. Just see if I can. I don't know if I can. Go about it in a very delicate way. And I can hand paint the detail. Okay, that looks good. I don't see any other need for black, so I must have that in there in the dark side. So now, what did I decide? This was purple. I need that to be purple. I have some new brushes coming today. I wish they'd hurry up. Because you can't, once you get these wet, you can't really go back and change what you're doing. What did I say? This is gold. This one is purple. Okay. All right, this one is purple. I didn't want to do it until I was sure. This purple isn't an easy one to color over, but see, it comes right down into that. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and go over it a little bit more, give it a little bit more depth. A little bit more there. Okay, that looks pretty good. This is a little lighter than I want. Oops, almost did it. Okay, that looks pretty good. So everything else is hand painting. Now mine, I did not add the sky and all that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. No idea. I'm going to leave that on there. Okay. Now this one, because I did the swirly thing, didn't fill in the way I wanted it, but I wanted to try it, see if it would work. It did not, so that's okay. But that's where hand painting comes in at. You know, you just have to go with it. All right. That one, and... All right, let me get some of this paint. And now I will go ahead and fill this in. One thing I'd like to talk about is sometimes people, you know, they look at a handmade gift and think, wow, you know, that only cost $1 to buy that surface, or $2 or whatever it is. But they don't stop and think about all of the things that you have to have in order to create. And sometimes you have to buy a bottle of paint just for a dot because you ran out of paint. So they don't stop and think about, you know, it costs a lot of money to have supplies and tools and brushes and glue and all of these things. People don't, I don't say all people, but there's a lot of people that don't appreciate a gift that's handmade because they think it was cheap. And I can honestly tell you that the amount of money I have spent on craft supplies and tools and brushes over the years is mind-boggling. I could probably build a house with it. And if you need like 3 jewels to put on something, for instance, you have to buy a whole package. You can't just buy 1 or 2, you know. So there's a lot of expense that goes into this kind of stuff. And if I charged for my time, you couldn't afford it. It's just a simple fact. And some people will insult you just for the satisfaction they get out of putting you in your place. And I'm really glad that I didn't allow that to change my creative self. Not that it didn't bother me at some, during some of those times, but I'm still who I am. Don't let anybody bust your bubble. You need to learn humility and be less judgmental. Okay, let's see. The one thing about doing stuff like this, you have to learn to accept that not every line is going to be perfect. In order for it to be perfect, it would have to be like vinyl, where you make vinyl on a machine. The only way that a cut would be perfect is if you did that. When it's handmade, hand-painted, that you do this stuff by hand, it will not ever be 100%. It might be close, but I can honestly tell you, I have strived to be perfect. It didn't work. I'm still not perfect. So, I guess I must have used it all. Okay. What cracks me up is people will go to Walmart or Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and they will spend big bucks on something that is manufactured where there's gazillions of them, but they will hesitate to buy something that is handmade one at a time for less. This happened to me one time. I was at a craft show, and I had hand-painted t-shirts, sweatshirts, I had jewelry, I had decorated shoes and handbags and hats, and you name it, I had it. And I had all different sizes. It wasn't just, the smaller sizes. I had plus sizes for plus-size women. And one woman looked at my stuff, and she told her friend, "Oh, well, I'm not going to look at this. It'll be too expensive." And I was just right next to her, and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, what would you consider expensive?" Because my stuff was not expensive. I didn't overcharge. "Oh, well, it's everything I ever see. It's this much or this much." And I said, "Well, did you look at the price tag?" And she said, "No." So I pulled out a shirt, fully decorated. It was really pretty, one of my best shirts. And it was either a 2X or a 3X. I don't really remember right now. And I said, "Would you look at the price tag and tell me if this is too much?" And she looked at it and she said, "Whoa, no, that's not too much. That's your price?" And I said, "Yes, that's my price." So to say the least, she did buy the shirt. However, it didn't change the fact that people had walked by as she spoke of it being too expensive and didn't buy anything. Just one of those things, just an observation about, how people look at certain things and, make a judgment without actually knowing. I did have a good day that day, though. I did sell some things. But for the amount of work it went into it and the expense that it cost to do the show and all the work that I did, I didn't sell enough. I tell you what, though, I truly admire those who stick with it. There's a lot of work that goes into it. Backbreaking work. Okay, I think that needs a teeny bit of... That was too much. For sure. Oh well. This one's a little... He's going to be so cute. So cute. So cute. I like how he looks already. He doesn't even have his little nose yet. Okay, let me get this one wide. Okay. So I need some more purple to do this section. This has to be gold. Now this one's a little dirty because of the purple, but it's okay. It's in a smaller section, and it really won't show up. Because it needs 2 coats of paint. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to go over that a little bit. You add it in and you would never know that it wasn't exactly the same, but I think it looks super cute already. All right. All right, now do the purple again. The purple's a little watery, but it's okay. I will give it 2 coats. I love to paint. That is super cute. Painting. I've done watercolor, acrylics, oils, but I love acrylic paint. So that's already looking super cute. I can actually go over that with dimensional paint if I want, make it more gold, but I don't know what I'll do in the future. I'm only working on this part right now, so I might. You never know. There we go. Just a little bit here and there to make it all blend the same color. That looks really good to me. I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Now I got to work on the trees. I will do the nose last. I don't want to do it right now. Yeah, this got really ugly. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not thinking that I really need to do any of the green. Well, maybe that piece. Because I can go over this with white and make it look snowy, which is what I think I'm going to do, because I don't like any of this, how it turned out. All right, I'm going to do that. Okay, get that out of the way. There, I have this nice brush. I love this brush. It's a cheap brush. It's Artist Loft number 4 Fundamentals. I like this one a lot. Okay, so I'm going to put this up here out of the way. We need another piece of card. I have tons of these index cards. They don't have anything on them that I used when I was doing junk journals. So I just use them as palettes because it's just easier. Okay, so what I need is some white paint. I could use it a little thicker than what it is, but it's what I got. It's a little thin. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't work, I'll do something else. So let's see, where do I want to start? Let's go. And just do that. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't look good, I'll just go back over it with the stencil. Because it doesn't... it doesn't appeal to me right now, the way it looks. I'm very disappointed in it. Actually, I'm going to change course here. I am going to use something else. Okay. I have modeling paste. And I am going to mix a teeny bit with the paint. Now, modeling paste will dry white. It's not see-through. It's not transparent. Okay, that's a little too thick yet. I'm going to add some more white paint. And get it the way I want it. I want a certain consistency, more like the yolk in a deviled egg, you know, that creamy kind of, yeah, that's what this looks like to me. Okay, so I didn't like that, how it looked. So I'm going to go ahead and do some of this and make it look like snow. And it'll do one of two things. It'll make me hate it, or it'll make me love it. And I think I'm going to love it, because what I can do, as soon as I'm done with it, I can go back over it lightly and then put some glitter on it, and it will look gorgeous. And the thing about this is I can go past where the ends are and make it look different. There we go. So I'm just dabbing. Go. Okay. Yeah, some of it just kind of didn't do well. So I won't, this stencil will not work for that, so, you know, doing the swirl. I probably had too much paint on my brush, but it's okay, I don't care. See, now like this can go. It'll just look like snow. And whatever you don't like, just put a dab on it. It doesn't have to be completely filled in, just a dab. Just dab, dab, dab. There we go. That one goes this way. Okay, we are getting to a point where I'm liking it. And whenever I'm doing something for myself, that's where I start to experiment. Because I always feel like, well, if it doesn't work out, I can redo it. I can throw it away. I can use it for something else. Okay, that's really starting to look good. Just looks snowy. And of course, you'll see some of the green under it, and some of it you won't. Because the thing about trees is it's not going to ever be round like that anyway. So, of course I mixed way too much up, but I can always put it in a little jar and use it for something else. That looks really good. So now the trick is, because there's so much white in here, we have to do something. So I'm going to go ahead and dab, 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 so that when I put the glitter in there, it will look like it's supposed to. You don't have to, but I'm going to. Now, when you do glitter, be sure to spray it with, an acrylic spray, just a light coat, just to seal in the glitter, because otherwise it's going to constantly be on the floor. And some people don't like glitter. I like it, I just don't like the mess. So I have learned that when I do something with glitter, I spray it with clear, and that just keeps it where it belongs. Now I'm not filling in the white, I'm just doing dab, dab. I put it there where I shouldn't have, but it's okay. I'm just doing a little dabs here and there. The smaller areas, very little. The bigger areas, I do more. Okay, it's looking pretty good. What do you think? Whether I put glitter on there or not, it looks so much better than it did. It really does. So I'm going to do a little bit here. Yeah, because it just needed that little extra white. Makes it look more like snowy. Like it's snowy. Okay, so now I need to ground him, and I need to make something here. And I did like the brown that I did on the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Don't need a lot, just a teeny bit. Okay. I tend to overwork things, so I've got to be very mindful. Okay. I can add, but you can't take it away. The other one I did with the brush, this one I'm doing with the palette knife. Whatever floats your boat. Yep, I just like that the way it is. What? Want it to be random, but you also want coverage, so. I think that'll do. The scene is grounded. So I need to clean that brush. Yeah, I don't think I need anything else on that on those trees. I think the trees look good just the way they are. You can see a little bit of texture, so it kind of brings out some details. So I need the nose. I need to put the nose in. So do I want to go ahead and mix it up, or do I want to just wing it? I think I'm just going to wing it. I'll put it on this one. And that is 100 times too much paint. Too much paint. I'll give him just a little bit more. There we go. And what I did this time is I have a bit darker here and lighter on the other side. I mean, it isn't necessary, but that's the way I'm doing it this time. And I'm not using the stencil this time either. I'm just going to make a circle. There we go. He looks super cute. All right, so we have that. Get that off of there. Now I have to make a decision on what I want to do in the background. Since I didn't do a background, I didn't do the sky, I have options. I can do other things. I'm going to mix those together. I can take some white paint, add a little bit of blue, and just kind of make some sky stuff. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that'll work for me. It's good enough. I don't need to stress over it. Maybe I'll do this one. This one hasn't been used at all. So let me do a little bit of this and a little bit of blue sky that I made up for the other one. I still have it in here already mixed. I don't need much. All right, so I just want to have a little bit. I flipped the brush over, so I'm just getting the lighter part. And this looks like a very cold morning to me. So I need a little bit more white. Way too much. Okay. Still too much blue. Do a little bit more. There we go. All right. So now I'm just going to go over that blue. And it gives it the impression that there's clouds and blue sky under it. So a little bit more white. I mean, you could go and do the whole background if you want. It's up to you. I really didn't care about it. I just wanted to try something different, you know, with the trees and the purple and gold. And as you blend this down, you know, you don't even notice that it wasn't done. So it already looks better. So now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make some fluffy clouds over top. Whatever is pleasing for you. And I think that looks just fine. So the only thing that's left is to put some shading into the beard, which will require some white and some black. Let's see, maybe this one will do, maybe. It doesn't need to be much, just a little bit. Okay. I have some shading to do on some of the others, so I'll just go ahead and do this one, and then I'll go back to the other. So now I want to go back over it with a little bit of white, just to fine tune it, because less is more. Yeah, I like it. You just go right back over the gray and lighten it up a little bit. You know, this is beginner stuff. I could do better if I wanted to, but my purpose here is to just show you the possibilities. I think he turned out cute. So I can put snowflakes. I can do whatever I want once it's dry. I'm not doing it now, but he's very cute. I can put, I can just put joy on the top. Joy is something that we all need in our life, but I think I'd rather just have it all winter. So I think we're going to do snowflakes, but I'm going to do that once it's dry. But he turned out really cute. I'm happy with him. I do need to put a jewel right there. That's why I didn't color that in. I'm going to put some kind of jewel there. I just don't know what yet.